Bizarre 1000 here with my No Way Out review. The first match, which is kind of surprising, was Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus for the world title. I mean, it was a really good match. I mean, Dolph looked better than Sheamus, if you ask me. Dolph outshined Sheamus, if you ask me in this match. That's just my personal opinion. I thought this was one of the better matches of the night. I mean, this match was really high spots. But Sheamus ends up retaining. But this was a really good match. The second match, I don't even want to talk about it, but because I'm reviewing it for you guys, I will. Morella versus Ricardo Rodriguez. Not for a title, in a tuxedo match. This was awful. This is the worst I've ever seen. This should have been on the pre-show. It was just crap, guys. It was epic fail. Epic fail. Next match, Christian and Cody Rhodes. Man, this is by far one of my favorite matches of the night. I mean, a great match. I mean, this match is awesome. I mean, I give it an A+. It's this match, to me, this match stole the show, if you ask me. Counter after counter. I mean, it was a great match. But I'm not happy about this. Not really, but Cody Rhodes ends up missing 2 disaster kicks and loses by getting hit with a spear from Christian, which I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I do believe the next match we had was the Divas match, if I do recall correctly. Oh, no, wait, I was wrong. This next match was a 4-way no more contenders match for a tag titles. It was the Primetime Players, which if you're not aware who they are, it is Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. First the Usos, first Kid and Gabriel, first Primo and Epico, with Rosa Mendez and AW. A good tag team wrestling. Finally, we get some good tag wrestling in the on a W pay-per-view again. Good match. We saw the player, what am I called? Primetime Players end up picking up the win with an assist from AW after he throws Primo back in the ring. Or was it, I can't remember if it was Primo or whoever it was. I think it might have been Primo threw back when he held Epico's foot from helping. So then they end up getting those fisticuffs and they punch AW for betraying him. Then Primetime Players jump him. There you go. Primetime Players are the no more contenders. Layla and Beth Phoenix. So Layla is beautiful, sexy, but this was a horrible match. I mean, this match, I'm sorry, there was too much Jane Center. On their match last year was so much, or last year, at Over the Limit was a classic match. But this match, WWEs don't get a lot of credit, which obviously for this match they shouldn't have because it was horrible, if you ask me. It wasn't even that good of a match. So this match I did not like at all. And then we have to put up with Sin Cara versus Hunico. Not a fan of Sin Cara at all, sorry. I was not impressed. Sin Cara wins, of course. I was just bored with this match. I just could care less. Then we have the WWE Championship. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan versus Kane. AJ throughout the night was doing some backstage stuff, kissing everybody, and Kane gave her a lip lock. This was a really good match. At one point you had Kane getting kicked by Punk and Bryan, and they're like, Daniel Bryan's like, yes. Punk's kicking. He's like, no. Daniel Bryan's, yes, no, yes, no. It was a good match. A lot of high spots. But a very disappointing ending, if you ask me. I'm kind of worried about my guy, Daniel, going to be up with D. Bryan. But Daniel Bryan, Danielson. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him. A very good wrestler. This was a good match. A lot of people were upset that they put Kane in this match because they wanted to see Punk and Bryan Part 2 because they had such an epic match. This was a good match. The Yes Lock was put on. I mean, it was a really good match. I enjoyed this match a lot. But overall, AJ ended up coming out. It looks like she had knocked off the apron by Kane because Punk shoved him into the apron. But Hulk ends up retaining after Bryan gets knocked out. So one part I did like how they did it where Bryan didn't get pinned. So Punk didn't pin Bryan twice, he pinned him once. So yeah, the match was a good match. I enjoyed this match. So I'm hoping to see down the road another match, a SummerSlam match even. A 30-minute or a 60-minute submission match or a 40-minute submission match, however they can do it somehow. I would love to see that. I would love to see Bryan get a title shot, win the WWE title, because that would just show that he's been world champion. See, I mean, if he wins the WWE title, that would be like, you've made it. Once you win that WWE title, you've made it. The world title is a good title, which I enjoy the world title a lot more than the WWE title. Simply because it's the world heavyweight title, not the WWE title. Which, because you're a world champion. You know, you're the world champion, not the WWE champion. I mean, to me, the WWE title is what it is. But, yeah, I think we have Triple H come out next and say, I challenge you, Brock. I'm a fighter, you're a fighter, let's fight. SummerSlam. We gotta save this for Raw. Whatever. Then we have the Jobber Bowl. Well, two jobbers, I don't know who their names are, I can't remember. Take on Ryback. Well, first they say, we're gonna make history by being at WrestleMania. They start playing the music and start singing blah 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 blah. Something like that. I don't know what it was. But yeah, it was kind of stupid. Of course, the jobbers get destroyed, and then throughout the match, that Skip Sheffield, aka Ryback, or Ryback, aka Skip Sheffield, says, I want three. So really? Whatever. I don't even like the guy. It's a freaking waste. And then we have, wait, are we at that point? I guess we are. The main event of the evening, Steel Cage, Big Show, John Cena. This is really a big letdown. Not that I was surprised, because the match was really dull and boring, a lot like Cena and Big Show's promos, dull and boring, a lot like they are. So the match matched who those two were. I mean, at least the Brock Lesnar and Cena was interesting. I really wanted to see this be a street fight, anything goes, and then a lot of people were calling for Brock Lesnar tonight, but he's only signed for a certain amount of dates, and I kind of just wasted it right now. I think you'll see him a lot more towards next year's WrestleMania. But yeah, the match was just boring to me. I didn't care about it. I was so enthused in this match. I wasn't into it, didn't care. It sucked if you ask me. There was a few, you got thrown in the cage. There were some interesting moments, but that's pretty much it. I mean, with Vince and Triple H there, I would have loved to see them somehow interact backstage. Because when's the last time they've been in the same building since he fired them? I mean, I'd love to see some comedy from them. But we didn't get that. I assume Vince will be on Raw or Triple H tomorrow night because we don't have a Oh, I didn't get that part. Cena wins. What a shock. Brodus Clay, who do you think you are? And Kofi and Zack Ryder and A-Rod. They all help out John Cena. And Brodus Clay had a chair holding off the Big Show from getting out. Really? So it's looking like Big Show and Brodus are going to work in some kind of program together coming up. And that's the way I look at it. But I am intrigued by this because Big Show and Brodus would be interesting. I think Big Show would destroy him if you ask me. Because Brodus ain't in this league. But I do like the idea. I didn't like the whole AJ thing because for the WWE title match, we're just going to review that. Oh yeah, John Laurinaitis lost and he gets fired. And throughout the night, there's some whispers on Twitter about, ooh, the Spanish announce table, maybe you'll make it all the way through. And it almost did until Vince says, you're fired, and Cena puts it through the Spanish announce table. What a shock. Because she comes out for like a minute, and that's it. I would have loved it. If she was going to interact with stuff in this match, have her be out there the whole time. and like playing the field, you know, like stand around by Kane, you know, cheering Kane on, come on, and then go around to Punk, and then go on to Bryan, just to throw everyone off. That would have been interesting. But I think this pay per view was an epic. It was an epic fail, but it wasn't. It was a good pay. It was a good. It would have been a good Monday Night Raw. Not a great pay per view for $45, which I paid for. I'm not too happy about it. Yes, my favorite guy lost, just winning that. But I hope Team Yes, don't worry, we're coming back stronger than ever. Hopefully he gets another shot and wins the title. I'd love to see that. The pay per view was a okay. It was an okay pay per view. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. I've seen worse pay per views. Capital Punishment was by far the worst pay per view I've ever seen produced by the WWE. But guys, that is my review. Follow me on Twitter at Bizarre1000. It's been real.